Hey guys, it's Tori. Welcome to my channel, or welcome if you're new. So Userin recently reached out to me extending an invitation to review their Sublimation tumblers. This particular tumbler is part of an 8-pack of skinny straight 20-ounce stainless steel insulated Sublimation tumblers, complete with a lid and a straw and the charming box. So let's get started, and we're going to sublimate the tumbler and see how it turns out, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion at the end. So let's get started. Head on over to Canva. I'm using the free edition, and we are going to select custom size and change the pixel to inches. And again, I'm doing a 20-ounce skinny straight tumbler. So the dimensions we're going to use are 8.6 by 9.6. And remember, we're on inches, and then create new design. The next thing you're going to want to do is upload your image, and you can do that over here on the left hand side. There's upload. You would click that and then click upload files and then upload the image that you want to use. Mine's right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on it. We're going to stretch it out. We're going to rotate it to the right. The reason we are going to rotate this is because we want this to be printed as a portrait. So that is the long side of the paper, so it can wrap around the tumbler. If we print it as a landscape, then it's going to be too short and it won't wrap around the tumbler. So let's go ahead and continue stretching it out. And the next thing we need to do is go over here to flip it horizontally, and what that does is it mirrors the image. We're going to hit share, and then we're going to click on download, and we're going to change the file type to a PDF print, which is best for printing, and then download it. The next step is opening up your PDF. Then we're going to hit file print. Going to change the printer to my Epson ET2720, and this was actually just a printer that I converted into a sublimation printer. If you're interested on learning how to do that, I'll leave a link below. And then we're going to select properties. You'll want to change it to legal, and I am going to use Hippo, which is HIIPOO sublimation paper today, and it is an 8.5 by 14. So I have that selected. The paper type, I have mine set to premium presentation, and also the quality I set to high. And then I just like to unselect the collate. Next, we're going to go to more options, and then you want to make sure that the rotate, high speed, and the mirror are not on, because remember, we just mirrored it in Canva. Then we're going to select advanced. And for the Epson, I do the color controls. So for the color mode, I do Adobe RGB and the Gamma 2.2. And then down here, this is the color controls for the colors. So you just adjust it to your liking. Next, we're going to hit OK and OK. And I'm going to go ahead and place the sublimation paper in the sublimation printer. And then we're going to just go ahead and hit print. Also, if you're new to sublimating, when you place the sublimation paper in the printer, with mine, the watermark per se is on the back of the sheet. So it'll say Hippo on the back of the paper. So I place that part facing down on the feeder. So the actual white copy of the sublimation paper is faced up. And then it goes into the feeder that way. Because I know sometimes it can be confusing on which way the paper goes. So just wanted to share that with you guys. So now we're all ready, and we're going to hit print. So the first thing we need to do is clean the tumbler before we sublimate. So I have a little paper towel here, and we are going to use rubbing alcohol. So I'm just going to pour a little bit on the paper towel. And the reason that we want to clean it is because even though it may look clean, once you sublimate it, you're not going to be able to get rid of any of the marks that show up, any of the dirt that you just don't see. So you just want to clean it really good, and then we'll want to dry it as well. If you don't have rubbing alcohol, you can always use a lint roller, but I've never done that. I've just heard that you can. The sublimation printer is almost done printing the sublimation paper, and then we're going to apply it to the tumbler. And now is actually a good time to preheat the convection toaster oven, because you want it to preheat for at least 15 minutes before you use it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut a little bit of this off. we need to use heat resistant tape. We're going to take the tumbler and we're going to line it up and make sure that we have it right where we want it. The important thing is, one, to make sure that you line it up and that it's even throughout, and that when you tape it, that it is secure. See how here it's not lined up? So you want to just make sure that it is. Perfect. Okay, so again, you want to pull it tightly, and we're going to use some tape. And again, this is the heat resistant tape, so we're going to tape this. Let's turn it this way as well. Now what I'm going to do is tape this under as well. So let's just take a little bit here, and I'm going to fold it inwards. So it's just like this. And then we're just kind of just going to push the rest down. And I'm just going to go on the opposite side and fold it down so it's just secure. And I like to do that kind of on all four sides. Okay, so now we're going to take this, and this is what I love about this being thick. We're just going to kind of putting half there and half, you know, up, and then I'm going to go ahead and fold this down. Just like that. And then we'll just keep doing that, going all the way around. And it's important that you make sure that the paper stays firmly pressed against the tumbler, because if it doesn't, then the color, the ink doesn't get on the tumbler as well. And it looks so much better when it's pressed firmly against it. So this side is done. We're going to turn it over and do the exact same thing to the other side. So let me first just kind of pull this over, just like that. And as I'm doing this, I'm kind of pulling it tightly. And I know it kind of looks like might be using a lot of tape, but just with practice and doing so many tumblers, I think that it does make a difference to tape it and keep it firmly placed. We have this on both sides. I'm going to use this Sublimation shrink wrap, and I'm just going to open it a little bit. And just to kind of go over this just one more time, this right here is the Sublimation paper, and as you can see here it says Hippo. That's the brand that I'm using. So this is Sublimation paper. And then this is shrink wrap that you put over the Sublimation paper and the tumbler. So let's go ahead and put this in here just like that. And I'm just going to slide it in. So we have a little room here and a little room here. Next step is we are going to use a heat gun. Okay, and then I'm going to turn this on and just make sure that this shrinks and it's more secure. I think this looks pretty good. You can see here, like, you know, it got a little hot and I got a little hole. That's completely fine if that happens. This is the Convection toaster oven, and I have it set on Convection bake. I have had another one that did not say Convection bake. It just said bake, and that worked, but it does have to be a Convection toaster oven in order to sublimate. And the temperature is at 400. We're going to use parchment paper to lay on the rack. The reason we're doing that is because the shrink wrap does melt and you don't want it to stick to the rack, and then it'll just leave a mess and you don't want it to catch fire. So we're going to go ahead and place this down first, and then we're going to put in the tumbler. And we are going to sublimate for 3 minutes on each side. So we're going to go ahead and do 3 minutes, take it out, turn it over, and do 3 more. It's also super important that you wear heat-resistant gloves because it's very hot and you don't want to burn yourself. So it's been 3 minutes. Let's go ahead and take this out, and we're going to flip it over. Okay, and we're going to do 3 more minutes. So it's been another 3 minutes, and let's go ahead and turn it off. And we're gonna take it out. And it's very hot, so make sure that you have heat-resistant gloves on. You have a few choices. You can wait for it to cool, and then you can take off the shrink wrap and the sublimation paper, or you can do it when it's warm. It's really up to you and your preference. I tend to be a little impatient and excited, so I want to take mine off pretty much when it comes out. So that is what I'm going to do. So let's just see how it sticks to the parchment paper. So you'd rather it do that than to have it do that in your convection toaster oven or on your rack, because that would be very, very hard to get off. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to loosen the tape right here, because if you do that, then it's so much easier. It'll just come right off. So that is what I'm trying to do first, but it's a little hard to do it when you have gloves on. So I'm just kind of picking at the tape on the inside, pulling it up like that, and I had it in there 4 times. So just like that. And then it just comes off so much easier. It's looking awesome, you guys. I'm super excited. That looks amazing, you guys. Isn't that so cool? Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Let me go ahead and get the bottom part. I'm going to show you how to do that. And I'm going to let it cool first. So I will be right back. You want to take this little rubber silicone little thing, it's a little sticker, you're going to take it off, turn this upside down, and it just goes right in here. Just line it up. That's it. And we have the lid. And then we have the stainless steel straw and the little brush. And I love the box because this is awesome for like a little gift for somebody. You could place it in here, do tissue paper or whatever you wanted. And it comes with a little ribbon, which I am not an expert at doing ribbons. Just imagine a beautiful bow. What do you guys think? I think it turned out awesome, and I would totally recommend this Sublimation tumbler. And I love that it came with everything you need, except it did not come with a Sublimation shrink wrap, but that's still okay because I really like it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.